Wednesday.
Yep.
Okay, so we're back on. We have 0 on right now. It'll come back like really quickly. That was weird. I think our internet connection like dropped for the house internet connection.
Oh, there's one in the back.
Oh, we got one back. We crashed.
We're not sure exactly what happened.
The internet crashed out, so I switched to this internet.
So I guess we're just trying again and seeing. I don't know.
We're just working out the kinks in a live broadcast. I don't know. This is our first live for all you.
Yeah,
all
totally,
5 of you watching right now.
Totally unplanned. Mike just came out here and got on this thing live without me, but
I was supposed to be for a second just to see what it looked like, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, there's like 25 people watching. I mean, 50. Oh, 75. You know, it's like, it went up really fast, and I was like,
crazy.
I couldn't just like chop it off. And then luckily you came out, and that was cool.
How long were you on before I came out?
4 or 5 minutes.
Couple minutes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Happened.
Cool.
Sorry, we had to restart the stream because the internet in the house that it was hooked to crashed. So I switched over to the cellular internet. Hopefully that's doing as well. I guess we'll find out.
I guess this is why we're testing this to see how it all goes.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, back. Good. Glad all is well. That's it. Chef Santa's culinary travel. Chef Santa, we appreciate your comments because you comment a lot and we see that a lot, and we appreciate that. So
okay, cool.
We enjoy having you guys. Yeah, we stopped getting at first we stopped getting comments, so we were
hello Minnesota, hello Sweden.
We didn't
oh, in Tennessee.
Oh yeah, we didn't know we were down, and then all of a sudden I looked up at the number of people. It was like at 150, and then it was 20.
Where is Olympic Peninsula? I don't even know where that is.
That's in Washington.
Oh, you know where it is.
Yeah. Let me...
Cool. Oh, the Olympic Peninsula.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think
gotcha.
that is, yeah.
I think.
S. Irene 08, you are much more popular than you realize.
Oh.
I hope you're right.
Thank you.
That's really cool. Like it's so much fun. Windows XP startup successful. I miss Windows XP. I'm not gonna lie. Florida Keys thinking. Hello from Charlotte. Yes, Washington State. There it is. Nashville. Hello, Nashville.
Nashville, North Carolina.
Oh, Nashville, North Carolina. Right. How much longer will the mosaic take? Probably 10 years.
Oh, okay. So I'll give you a little update. I have been laying out like a sunrise because I was really low on blue plates. My sunrise got a lot bigger than I intended it to be. And so I'm doing clouds in the sky, and I'm using my blue plates right now. I'm doing some time-lapse filming of it, so that will be up probably in a couple of weeks, but I'm trying to hurry. I'm feeling the pressure, you guys, because we're really close to the end of the build, and I need to hustle up and get that mosaic finished and get it up on those walls, because then I still have to do all the grouting. I still have to do the floor. It was a much bigger job than I really realized. I was biting off
live videos. That's why I set this up. Actually, like I did kind of a high-tech setup here. And like I'm using a soundboard. I've got a shotgun mic over here.
Geeking out.
Put it up on the deck and put a wind things on the microphone so we could sit up there and do this from some really beautiful location. That'd be really cool.
Oh yeah, that's true. When we're in really pretty places, huh? Oh,
would we build a bus for others? Michael Everson asked, "Would you build a bus for others?" No, Michael. No, I won't. I'm just kidding.
We would help.
We would help. Building an entire bus was such a massive undertaking.
Now a short bus.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
I entertain the idea of like helping out, like doing like showing people how to build cabinets or something, because we see so many people building cabinets, using 2x2 framework and then putting sheets over it, and that's actually harder than doing it the right way. And so I would love to like hold little schooly classes on like, hey, let's build a cabinet together, and that way I can send people home with the knowledge of how to do this stuff instead of just building it for them, because it just takes a long time. It takes a long time to build a bus. When you have especially when you have high standards and stuff, like when I find myself, walking back and forth in the bus 3 times to cut a piece of wood this long, to notch out a little piece like this, like that's the level of detail we've taken it to. And oh my gosh, it's just forever. And, like we did layouts and stuff, but we didn't do any CAD work on the layout or anything like that. The measurements were like, I don't know if you guys do it. And I saw a comment, I think it was on Skoolie Nation. They said, does anybody else measure their bus by windows. Like
that was totally what I did from the get-go. Like, the bed will probably come out to about this window, and then there's going to be some empty space here, and then there's going to be the bathroom, and like everything was by the windows.
Right.
Totally.
So yeah, it was all by the windows.
Who said that?
I was on Skoolie Nation. I don't remember who said it, but yeah.
Totally.
Miss Jen says, sign me up for Skoolie classes in the middle of a build. That's funny. Dave Pinner, are you moving into your bus? If so, what about all the tools in your workshop? Are you keeping the house as well? You know, this is hard for me because I am like purging all of the big tools, all of the you know, the big table saws and stuff. A lot of the hand tools and stuff like that will be coming with us.
Yeah.
But not the big shop tools or
and
all
the
that
house,
stuff's going.
The house is not ours. We're just renting here. Like, we're so bad off financially, you guys. We're way in debt, and we don't own our house or anything. So yeah, we have to do this to get our life back on track how we want it to go. Yep. So yeah, when we move out of the house, like, the only things we're keeping are the things that fit in this bus, hopefully. We thought we might have to end up thinking about getting a storage unit, but we don't really want to. Mm-hmm. We want to just be free and just downsize and minimize.
Totally. And like, one of the hardest things I'm getting with my little CNC machine, I love making things in CAD and then bringing it into the CNC machine and cutting out these intricate parts. And I've used it multiple times on the bus for different things. In fact, we still have one more project that I need it for. But then I got to let that go, and it hurts. Because it's cool.
You have a lot of stuff to let go of.
Yeah.
For sure. I have a lot of stuff to let go of too, but none of my stuff has any value other than sentimental value. And oh my gosh, do I keep things with sentimental value like crazy. And I attach sentimental value to everything. So I have so much junk to get rid of that nobody else would want.
McCann's Adventures. Hi from Texas. Love the window blackout slider and the R2P2 in one of your latest videos.
Right?
Our airhead. We love our airhead, by the way. I've only used it to pee in so far. We haven't blown it up yet. Yeah. But
mail is here. I'm gonna go grab the mail real quick.
But that's our stuff for the windows over here. Yay! Don't leave the tools behind. From North England. Hello, Duncan. There's like 3 people from England. I missed one up here. Said hello for me. David Pinner, Raymond Richardson, all from. We got this big European crowd coming on.
It's not the window treatment. Or
oh.
He loves mail time.
It's mail time with Mike and Kerry. Actually, this was a birthday present. You guys didn't know this. I just had a little birthday on the 22nd. I'm an Earth Day baby.
Yep, Earth Day birthday boy. And then my birthday is coming up in what, two days? The 30th. Tomorrow. Oh, in 1 day. I don't even know what my own birthday is.
Carrie's gonna be really old tomorrow.
We're not talking about that.
29.
Zip it.
She's almost 30.
Right. I wish.
So this was my Christmas present from my buddy.
Birthday.
Our birthday present from my buddy. He's like super political. Like super political.
Oh no, we're getting political on our...
No, but he signed me up for this Blaze TV or something like that.
Oh.
And this was the gift that came with it.
It's because when have the mug, you're in
the Louder with Crowder Mug Club.
Yeah, Mug Club. That's what it's called.
Thank you, Mike, if you're watching.
Right, I wonder if he's there.
So, happy belated birthday. Happy birthday, Mike. Thank you, guys. You guys are awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Birthdays suck this year.
Right?
You know, we pretty much quarantine ourselves year round anyway.
I'm an isolator. My life has not changed at all since this whole coronavirus outbreak. Like, I just stay home all the time anyway.
Are you going to keep another vehicle to tow behind the bus? Yes, we have. So we bought our main second car died, and so we bought a Jeep Cherokee.
Yeah, used.
Our Grand Cherokee.
Owned.
And previously owned. 4-wheel drive, all that good stuff. And I'm outfitting it for towing. We're gonna be putting a hitch on this beast, and then we'll be able to tow.
And yes, he is going to be doing all the driving of the 40 feet of bus plus additional however many feet of vehicle behind that.
Mm-hmm. So, yes.
He's not even scared. He's not even nervous about it. He did great driving the bus back and forth to Sierra Vista, and it's like on curvy, windy road.
Yeah. Well, I worked for a fire department, so I kind of had some experience driving large vehicles.
Guess that's
So,
all it takes.
Hillbilly Bob, we paid as we went, 1 week at a time, one paycheck at a time.
$20.
If we don't eat, it'll be fun, you know.
Right.
So,
And thank you for the birthday wishes.
and Carrie,
I'm a slacker.
she's slacker. She just
No,
stays. No, she's an editor.
I'm an
She
editor.
edits videos for Bussy McBusface.
Videographer/editor. No, I have not.
More than full time.
I've not been working ever since I got ill really, really bad a few years ago. And that's all complex PTSD from prolonged childhood trauma, just kind of at one point in my life, just kind of broke the floodgates and reared up and caused a lot of problems in my life. So I'm still recovering from that. I guess I'm still in recovery, I would say. And I'm coping pretty well. I finally got like the medications worked out and everything, which was not something I wanted to do, but I had to. But anyway, life is a lot better now.
Oh, we're having problems. We're buffering, robot, breaking up. You're breaking up. You're breaking up. I bet you're all watching the chat on the TV. Yes, we are. That's why we're not looking directly at you.
Right.
Somebody asked, do you guys have a backup camera in the bus? If so, which one did you decide to go with and why?
Yes.
So we do have a backup camera. And initially we had just bought some cheapy Chinese backup camera. And then I had decided I wanted a security camera all the way around. And so I actually bought a Chinese security system, which I didn't like. So I bought a new DVR for the said Chinese security system. But all the wires from the backup camera, all the side outdoor cameras, all go to the same thing. So I can actually use it to help change lanes as well as backing up and things like that. So as well as recording all the security and stuff. So it's kind of like a drive cam on steroids, really.
Yep.
Yeah. We are painting the outside of the bus, but we don't know what color.
Yeah, you guys have any color suggestions for us?
Yes.
We've literally thought about every single color out there. Red, blue, green, like, I don't even know. Everything.
Totally. Send us pictures on the Instagram. It's Bussy.McBusface on Instagram. That's how you find us there. Anyway.
Yeah.
Let's see. Giselle, I just found your channel the other day, and I've been watching your vids. Love all that recorded. Love that you all recorded your whole build. Thank you.
Cool.
I like how we do a binge watch. That's hours of video.
I
Do you really want to watch that much of us?
Oh my gosh. I can remember
Take a break.
doing that though. I can remember finding a channel and be
That's
like,
so
oh my
true.
gosh, I found a new bus channel, and I would totally binge watch everything. So been there.
Steph Santa wants
super
you
fun.
to keep doing your mosaic work.
Awesome. Thank
She
you.
actually, when she's not doing the one in the bathroom here, she's actually does these cool little things. We have an Etsy store, Bussy McBusface also. I think there's a couple of pieces that are still up there.
I do teacup mosaics and coffee mug mosaics, where like the teacup or the coffee mug is cut in half, and you can actually grow a plant in it and hang it on your wall, and I don't know, fun little cute stuff like that. But I have no time to make those kind of mosaics anymore. Like all I do is film and edit.
Nick Collins says we should be painting Pepsi blue. Wes Rex says camouflage. Kind of with you, Rex.
Pepsi blue would be pretty. I just saw a picture of a bright blue bus like that the other
Or maybe
day.
Bud Light blue. Candace would like that. I always see her with a big tall boy in her hand on her little Instagrams.
Right.
Let's see. Holly says, y'all need to paint something different. Carrie needs to do an art project on the outside of the bus.
You know, I wish I could paint you guys, but I'm honestly not an artist at all. Like, if you gave me a pencil or markers or paintbrush, I cannot.
Stick people.
Exactly. I can't make a picture with that. I can't do it. Like, for some reason, doing a mosaic gives you, I don't know, like just being able to lay out pieces and then rearrange it a little bit and rearrange it a little bit more until it looks right. For some reason, I'm able to make a picture like that, but I can't make a picture with anything else. I am not artistic.
There's Neo Fairless. Hi, Neo. We like your comments because you comment a lot. Thank you. We noticed that
Definitely.
stuff. Where's the kitty? I don't know. She's around here somewhere.
I know. I'm surprised she hasn't meowed.
She's
at
usually
the
like
door
up.
yet.
It's probably too hot for her to climb on the steps.
She must be sleeping somewhere.
She doesn't want to use her cat door yet. She'll go out, but we haven't got her to come in yet, so we're working on that.
Well, she's such a little princess, you guys. When she uses a door, she pulls with her paw to open the door instead of pushing. So she won't just like push with her head to push out the new cat door that we installed. She doesn't like it. She's going to have to get a little more bold, I guess, to be able to push through it.
Oh, somebody said something about this here. We should paint the bus the color of these little shells right here.
Oh, like an aquamarine kind of color.
That is a pretty color.
Sorry for the beach towel behind us, but we had to block
out the light. If we took this down, it would be like.
Well, I couldn't
couple,
edit.
Like.
Yeah, it's just blindingly bright out there.
We'd just be like two silhouettes sitting here. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, we haven't done the curtains yet, but that's in the works. So.
Yeah, you have to do curtain rods, and then once you do that, I can do curtains. And the stores should be open up again soon. Crossing my fingers.
Bob Anderson, are you really 20 years older than Kerry? Can't you tell?
No.
Obviously.
We are literally 8 days apart on the same year. Like our birthdays are literally 8 days apart.
Uh-oh. Daniel Moroni Gutierrez says, ¿Qué están contendo Kevin Kerry?
Oh, what does that mean?
Speak English, Daniela. You know I don't speak Spanish. I don't know, and I don't know how to translate that right now. I'm sorry, Daniela. I would love to answer if that was actually a question. She probably says how beautiful you are or something. Maybe.
No.
The rug behind you is nice. Use the pattern on the bus. We should just do seashells
all over.
That would be kind of neat, huh?
Oh,
that's a good idea, actually. I have really enjoyed watching your build. You made it look easy. Thank you. 20 minutes of video for a project does make it look kind of easy, but let me rest you. Sure. Well, we're going to do like this live broadcast or maybe a video on.
A live build. Let's do a live project so people can see how long it actually takes.
Everybody does these videos like 10 things you should know before building a bus. And I want to do one like 5,000 things you should know before using a bus, building a bus. Because it's like there are millions of obscure little details you probably should know before getting in here.
Yeah. So hard.
Holly Barrow, happy birthday to you both. Thank guys.
Thank you.
Someday, but not right away. We have to work. Got to save some money. We've been actually discussing that. We probably didn't get there, missed that part, but a lot of work to do before we can travel. But we are going to be living in the bus. We're going to be moving around all sorts of different places locally here, and we're kind of like, as far as like YouTube content creators doing this stuff, there's not a lot of people actually living an alternative lifestyle like that I know about. Justin Credible, who lives up in Vancouver, he lives in his bus, or he doesn't have a bus actually. He lives in a van full time, but he works normal. So I thought that was interesting. So
that's what we're going to do. Mike is still going to be working at his job, and we're going to be just moving the bus to different locations
for now.
For who knows?
That will change eventually. We will be traveling around this bus. It just we can't do it right now.
We can't.
But
we have to hammer. We have to hammer away at some debt, and then when we get the debt done, then we have the freedom to do some more traveling and who knows what kind of adventurous things.
Matt Hafner, is the bus in good shape mechanically? As far as we could tell, it is. We have one thing mechanically we have to fix. We have an air leak underneath coming out from this part about this big. There's like the axle and the brakes right here, and these lines come into this thing. And it vents out the bottom. It has this little rubber flapper on it. Anyway, air blows out of that.
There's man sign language going on right there.
Yes.
So we have to replace that part?
Yeah, I think we have to replace that part. I hit it with a hammer. It didn't fix it. Where are you guys located? City and state. Right now, St. David, Arizona.
Which is in the southern part of the state. South. Yes. What are we? South?
Southeastern.
Eastern.
Yeah. Cochise County. Did you guys all pre-fit that washing machine before filming? Do you think it would fit? Didn't you think it would fit? Ken, we actually built the bus around the washer. I'm not lying about that.
Okay, because when we bought that washer, we assumed while we were in the store that it was like the same size as our old washer, like a standard washing machine size. And then it turned out it was quite a bit bigger than our standard washing machine size. So then we had to make sure that the space was going to fit. Then we had to make sure that the doorway, the arched door, was wide enough to fit the washing machine through. Then we had to make sure that the boot barn was removable so we could take it out when we brought the washing machine
And in the event we need to get another one.
Yeah, we made sure, since we had already bought that one, we made sure that it was going to fit.
William Wiles says, your videos are so great. How do you not have 1 million subs?
We're working on it.
William, I agree with you 100%.
We're about to hit 10,000 subs right now.
I know.
I can't
cool.
even believe we're hitting that. I'm totally in shock.
Hello, Billy Bob asked a good question. How did you select and find your bus? This is a good story. So I'll tell you the story. You guys ready for this? This is good. So,
we're lying in bed one Saturday morning.
No, we got to go back before that. So
That's how it was for me.
Carrie and I got into like overlanding. I was like way into it, and I just wanted to go. So we did a couple little overlanding trips in this Ford F-250 4-wheel drive pickup I had, and we had some fun doing that. And then I started looking at like, overlanding vehicles. Like, you know what we need is we have a van for that. That's be cool. And I started watching like a Nomadic Fanatic, but this is back in the early days before he had his big giant motorhome. He had this like Dodge van that he lived in, painted up like A-Team. And so I was totally into that. And then one day I saw this ambulance parked out behind our station, a 4-wheel drive ambulance. And I didn't even tell Carrie. I knew she was going to be mad. And I came home and she's like,
let's go camping.
She's like, did you, are you still at work? I'm like, no. She goes, did you buy an ambulance? I'm like,
let's go camping.
And she was so excited. Oh, thank God, I thought it was dead meat. But
and
so
then
we got that. So then
we're watching overlanding videos, and we saw Expedition Happiness,
right.
And thought that the bus idea was super cool. And in the meantime, my best friend's daughter and her husband bought a bus to turn into a house, and we were so jealous. We were like, that is the coolest thing.
Yep.
Then fast forward months later, we're lying in bed on a Saturday morning and the phone rings. Mike answers his phone in bed and he's just talking for a minute, and then he hangs up and he's like, your bus is coming over.
They live like less than a mile from here. It's like, I'm on my way over.
Okay, but it was a trade. This guy wanted our broken down Ford pickup truck that had been in our yard for ages, and the bus was my best friend's daughter's. They changed their mind and like totally veered away and didn't even do the project. They never did anything in this bus. It was still sitting in their yard. And somehow this guy was trying to get the pickup from Mike, and he said, what is it going to take for me to get that pickup from you? And Mike said, well, how about that bus that's sitting in your yard? And he traded him for a broken down pickup for this bus.
And they'd already pulled all the seats out, and they put there was like 1 2x4 up on the wall over
so
here.
they did all the work of pulling the seats out.
So we didn't have to do that hard part.
That was cool.
So, yeah.
But
so
but we didn't have like a list of options or things that we wanted on our bus. We didn't choose the length. We didn't choose this, that, where the engine was at, all these little details. We just kind of like it crossed our path and it just happened, and it was one of those things that we just went with it.
Totally. We
just went with the adventure.
This bus was born and raised in Arizona. It was a Glendale school bus. So
that's Phoenix, basically.
Yeah, Phoenix area. So it had zero rust, and like and just word to the rise.
And it's a rear engine, it's a pusher, which is
we bought it, and we're going through this process right now. But it eventually ended up in the hands of a contractor for a mining company, and from there it changed hands like 3 times without being retitled. Right. And so we're having to go through a bonded titling process, which is a neat learning experience. It's not that it wasn't that hard. And ultimately, like it'll be this week that we go down and actually register.
Yeah, we're at the end of that process. We had to send out these registered letters.
Yeah.
Our letters never got sent back to us, and that's like good bonus for us. That means that we can go on with the process.
Kerry,
now.
what's your shirt say?
My shirt says, "Life's better when you make stuff."
Levi Allen, he's a great guy. You can learn so much from this guy about cinematography and stuff. He's just a neat guy, and I've enjoyed watching him for a long time. So
yeah,
he actually taught watching his videos. That's how I learned how to edit efficiently. That's how I taught it to Kerry also.
yeah. So he's like kind of he's been making video content as well as making other things. He's a "life's better when you make stuff" guy. This is that's his catchphrase that he says all the time in the camera, like at the end of every video. It's what he says. So anyway,
that's a good question. When you reach 100,000 subscribers, where will you hang your play button?
Oh, I never thought of that. I like that she said when, not if.
About right here. Of course.
Wherever you can see it.
Or maybe we could do a video of melting it down and making something out. I saw some video.
Oh.
That's silly. No, it would definitely go someplace cool.
I know.
It would be a cool thing to show. Like, you have to think about, like, some of you out here are watching this probably make videos, but when you put as much time and effort into making one video, and you put 10 or 15 hours into making one video every week, like, it's financially, it's not worth it. If it wasn't for you guys and your comments and stuff like that.
But it's fun having the interaction, and I feel like we have this community of people, and that's neat.
Yeah. Why not get a trailer to haul the Jeep and your tools? You know, we talked about it. I actually talked about building this big, like, barn door toolbox thing that opened up on the back of the bus, and it'd be like kind of like this in the rear so that the Jeep could still be here.
He's ready to be done with the build.
I actually like photography. I love singing. Some of you have heard that. So, you know, doing the photography and being in a place where, you know, we can do photography by stepping out the front door. You know, that's awesome. And actually the deck on here, I wanted that because of Ansel Adams, because he had this, like, it looked like an old Jeep Chief Cherokee, or the predecessor to that was like a giant 4-wheel drive station wagon. And he had a deck from bumper to bumper on top, and he's standing up there with a land camera, a large format camera up there. And I'm like, I want a deck like that so I can take pictures on the
And then he does it on a 40-foot bus.
Because I wanted Ansel Adams to be jealous. So we are planning on towing our Jeep and not towing another trailer, just so that, because I mean, when we're traveling, Kerry wants to sit in here, and I want her to sit in here, so we can just, like, drive and talk. And that's why having a pusher bus is so nice, because you can actually talk while you're driving.
Yeah.
So Mr. T wants to know, when is Kerry going to finish the shower surround?
Oh, we've been talking about that.
Only God knows.
I'm working on it. I'm laying out the whole sky right now. I'm making progress, so I don't know. And I have been doing some time-lapse video of that, so I'll get a video out in the next couple of weeks, and hopefully be ready to put the rest of the mosaic on the wall in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, David Pinner asked a very deep question. Have you regretted starting the bus, or has it been a labor of love? I have zero regrets,
but
none of it.
Labor of love.
Absolute labor of love. Totally awesome. You learn so many things doing it. You get the satisfaction of every little project getting done. Mm-hmm. And now when you look down we walk in here and look down this bus that's almost finished. Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I can't even, like, it's so good. It's so good.
It's fun to come in here again, like, for the first time again the next day. Like, every single day, it's fun the first time you go in the bus again. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's super exciting.
Dan Kerry caught on to me. Mike, is it easier to listen or talk when Kerry's talking? Talk, obviously. Come on. Have you considered an enclosed car hauler with extra room? You know, one of the problems with driving a giant vehicle like this is pulling into places. And so if you go down a street or something that you have to turn around and realize that you're not going to be able to do a turnaround, like, if you're just towing the vehicle, all we'd have to do is undo the vehicle, and then we could jog both vehicles around. But like not, if we had a car hauler, like what a disaster! We'd have to unhook the car hauler, and it'd be horrible.
Oh.
So
Oh.
we're planning on going out into the bushes with this thing, and if we get in a spot where we have to turn around, it'd be a whole lot easier just to unbuckle the car than try to do the car hauler. So we thought about that though. Is Mamacita? Absolutely, she's coming with us.
She's coming with us. Call it a harness, but it's more like an enclosed harness. It's not.
It's like a jacket.
Yeah, it's not just skinny straps. It's like has big Velcro. Jokingly, but we bought a little. What do you call it? A harness, but it's more like an enclosed harness. It's not.
It's like a jacket.
Yeah, it's not just skinny straps. It's like has big Velcro that wraps around her because it's an escape-proof harness. And so we got that, and we're looking for which. What is that little thing called?
It's a GPS tracker.
GPS tracker.
So we're looking at all the pros and cons of using like a cellular-based one versus a wireless, like have a transmitter receiver, which I'm kind of leaning toward at this point because we're going to be in places that may not have that great of cell signal.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that we can.
Yeah. So she's coming with us, and we're like going through the precautions to keep her really safe, and we're already getting her used to her harness right now.
Matt Hafner, do you worry about the tiles coming loose over time? Initially, I was worried about the membrane that we used to waterproof everything. But now that the tile's up there, because I used Hardy Backer, it's just not going to flex enough for that to happen. So actually, no, we're not really concerned about that.
Yeah, I think I probably would have been more concerned before I started actually working with thin setting and grouting projects, even in my little craft projects. Like, I have a lot of confidence in grout now.
Yeah. Matt Gorzel, what is your least favorite part of the build? Ooh.
Of what we've done so far? I don't think I have a least favorite part of the build, but if I could change one thing, I think I would change the color of the flooring. Like, it's not the flooring itself that bothers me, but our flooring is so dark that every little speck of dust shows up like white against it. And I don't know, I guess apparently I've never lived in a house with dark floors before, so I didn't know to avoid that. It sounds kind of dumb now. I'm like, oh, duh, I should have thought of that.
So
but
actually,
that's it for me.
Right. David Pinner said, what's the hardest part of the build? So this kind of goes in with the same question as what our least favorite part of the build was. The least favorite but most satisfying was the deck.
Because of how much work
it was massively labor intensive to build that, starting with all the that we call the antlers on the side that were sticking up, or crow's feet, all these different things, welding those up last summer, and then putting it on, or the summer before, I don't remember, but that was so much work. That was a tremendous, honestly, like, I've gotten pretty decent at welding, but I don't like it. And I don't like doing metal fabrication, even though I've gotten pretty decent at metal fabrication.
It's hard.
It's a lot of work. When you make a mistake, it's like a hard fix.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, but I don't regret it. It was the most satisfying thing. I love having the deck.
Yeah.
Going up there and checking it out is amazing.
Even though it was the hardest part of the build for you, huh?
Do you think taking advice at times from viewers keeps you part of the community? I think so, for sure. We've tried to keep this really transparent. We've showed you our mistakes. And
some people have some really, really good advice, or just like information that we never knew and never heard before. So it's really valuable to us to get that input from people.
Yeah. And I think as far as like safety concerns and stuff, for sure, like, we've gotten probably more comments than anything on the washing machine install.
Yeah.
We do have an access panel. I can reach back and reset that thing, but it is very close and at the level of water. So if something happens, that could be a problem.
And you know what? Sorry.
I was just going to say, the thing that we're going to get is the GFI breaker instead. We're going to buy that on Friday.
And part of that is because, like, we didn't really know back in the point early in the build when we were doing the walls with the insulation and whatever, all the interior walls, We didn't know at that point that our washer was going to be raised up on the laundry drawer. At that point, I think we thought the washer was still going to be sitting down at floor level. And so we thought that the electrical socket was up high enough. And then we decided to do the laundry drawer, and it seemed like such a great idea. And that's just how it goes with the build. Sometimes you're still coming up with ideas as you go along, and you just have to do the best you can. So,
couple good questions, Paula. Let's see, Michael Present. Sorry if this has been asked before, but what building skills did you have prior to doing this? Man, I've done everything. So,
a little bit though.
I've done a little bit. I did do construction a lot when I was a lot younger. I didn't do electrical. I didn't do. My dad's
plumbing.
like a.
You didn't do plumbing.
No, my dad's. I grew up with a scientist dad. He's a quantum physicist.
You're a nerd.
And so I really like had this guy who could answer these really technical questions growing up.
Yeah.
And I remember like he would come home from work with these sights that would fit on a gun, and they were like top secret things, and you know, and I was like so interested in that stuff, and so he bought me a computer when I was 11 years old, and I learned how to program, you know. And so I've always been interested in technical things, and in that my hobbies have always revolved around these different technical things and building different things and stuff like that. And that's kind of how I got to the point where I had a lot of these skills. However, I did not come into this with enough skills to build a Skoolie. There was massive amounts of YouTube learning going on.
Totally.
You know, focused YouTube learning that went into like how to do a 50 amp connection in the bus, how to build a cabinet properly, you know, which PEX plumbing supply should we use? What's the best one that's not going to leak? Like on and on and on.
Yeah.
Like they're endless research.
All the stuff that probably a lot of people just assumed that Mike already knew how to do that or already knew this information. Most of the time he didn't. Most cases he just researched the crap out of it and spent a lot of time on YouTube.
Yeah.
But it paid off. Like, oh my gosh. It's amazing how many things we were able to pull together in this one build.
So Oomph Nation says, have you thought about painting a helipad on your deck for epic drone takeoff and landing sequences?
He absolutely has.
I totally have.
Absolutely. You're on the same page with him.
You know, the thing is though, like the more I think about this, it's like, here's our opportunity to do something really epic. And like, because, you know, part of doing cinematic video sequences and all this stuff out here, you know, there's going to be drone shots. And what better to have some epic, like something, I haven't decided, on the deck that when we're flying the drone looking down, there's some epic message like stop killing each other or something. I don't know. Love everybody. Something.
Love one another.
War sucks.
Some important message we could put up there.
Brown Santa.
Yeah, we're getting all kinds of mail today.
This is that thing. It's Brown Santa. Oh,
this is the one you want? Oh, you have to get it this
Brown
time?
Santa. You guys went last time.
Okay. Well, it's hard for me to read the questions, so I'll have to put on my ugly glasses to see what's going on here. Let's see. I don't know where he was at. Oh, building skills. Oh, that was quick. You're already back.
Nail time with Mike Kerry again.
What's the worst thing you bought that was totally crap or didn't work the way you wanted?
Oh, the wood stove. That was an expensive mistake.
Because it was bigger than what we thought it was going to be. Oh, it's just a window clean.
Well, window film, yeah.
Did you already talk about that or something?
No, they'll have to see that in the video.
It's called Window Whirl, and it's completely black window clean, but it's not the sticky kind. You just wet the window and what is that called? A clean,
yeah,
right?
It's like a clean,
window clean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is for going behind the kitchen cabinets, which some of you have asked about in the past.
Randy Adam Shack, I admire your hard work and determination. Love you guys. Thank you. We love you guys, actually.
Yeah, totally.
You guys are a big part of our life now.
I know.
Please give me a tip to talk my wife into letting me buy a bus. Boy, that's a tough one, man. You have to let her make her watch Bussy McBusface with you. Maybe she likes it, and maybe she doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, actually, Carrie, like from the very beginning, when we've started this, when we first started this out, she said to me, she goes, oh, I don't know. I mean, I'll do it. You know, I don't really want to, but I'll do it with you because I know it's something you really want to do. And, you know, so my advice to you, honestly, is start building this bus, do something cool with it. Start, you know, because the adventure is waiting. The adventure's out there. You've seen Up. It's out there. And we want everybody else to like share this with us. So, you know, that's how I got Carrie interested. Was we were just watching YouTube videos, other people doing it, and seeing the excitement and the joy that they had.
Well, and it started small for us in getting the van.
Yeah.
And I was totally down with going camping in the van. And so this just made it a more full-time, the bus is making it a more full-time camping experience. We're going to be as if we're camping almost all the time.
So Shane, watch lots of YouTube with your wife. Oh, baby, check this out.
Right.
You know, be exciting. Get excited. Right. Get excited.
Get excited. Yeah.
Let's see. Ron Mellinson. Sorry if I already asked. With all the 3/4 plywood you use, do you know what the bus will weigh? Are we close to the gross vehicle? Well, our gross vehicle weight is 36,000 on this. No.
We're not.
There's no way that I've got 36,000 pounds of anything. Or even gross would include the engine, the chassis, and stuff like that. So that gives me somewhere in the realms of like 20,000 pounds or something like that. And I know we don't have that. There's no way.
Yeah.
When's your departure date? Month or 2, 3? Don't know. We're close, but we're not putting a hard date on this because that'll cause too much anxiety.
Yeah. We're going to be working on it really hard over the next couple of months, though.
Here we are in this pandemic. Any regrets or shortcuts you have made so you could have bugged out or not worried? You know, funny. Yo Slick said that. Funny you should say that. So I was a giant prepper. I used to have my own YouTube channel of Comanche Snipers survival page. And I was in the Army. I was a sniper when I was in the Army. So I did a lot of prepping and stuff. And a lot of the off-grid decisions that were made for this bus were based on my experiences with like prepping and stuff like that. I wanted to make this thing the ability to stay out there for a long time. Composting toilet was an obvious choice. Large water tank, lots of solar, things like that. We don't have EMP protection or anything. Okay.
But we
Let's
don't
not get carried away. However, our 3116 diesel cat engine is not computer driven, so we're okay. We can still drive. We just won't have any electricity. So, oh wow. Do you get negative comments on your YouTube, and how do you deal with them? That's a great question, Shane. So
it's funny.
It's me that deals with that. So if people have a constructive criticism about the bus, I leave it and I answer it. If people are just obviously trolling, they get the band hammer immediately. I don't even mess around.
He just hammers down.
I'm like, oh, goodbye.
They're out of here.
Like, I don't have time. Like, I don't care.
I'm always like, babe, they might have just been having a grumpy moment. He's like, it's too bad. They're out of here.
And sometimes they say like really horrible, like, you know, bad things about Carrie or something. Yeah, sexual comments and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know, if it's in bad taste, they're gone. So that's how I deal with it. You know, I don't spend a whole lot of time like thinking about it. You know, it's like, oh, idiot, click, you're gone.
Yeah.
And then we move on. It's because there's so many positive comments that come out of who cares.
Yeah, it doesn't even, and half of the ones that he gets rid of wouldn't even bother me at all. I'd be like, just leave it. They're being a jerk. Everybody else can see that too. So it doesn't bother me.
The Dark Preacher says, 20,000 pounds should be barely enough for all of Mike's shoes.
Right?
Damn it. How does he know this?
So true.
How does he know this? He's Dark Preacher. Is that Satan?
Because he has more shoes than I do.
Right? Do you plan on meeting Ron Pratt? Well, I don't know who Ron Pratt is. Do you know who Ron Pratt is?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know who Ron Pratt is. I think that was Gabe. On my way. Oh, my buddy Gabe's coming over. He brought us a cool toy.
What is it?
The
I don't know what it's called.
So we have the Ames inverter, and A gentleman named Gabe. I won't say his last name because I don't know if he wants to be popular or not. So he came over here, and he has an ambulance conversion he's working on, and I gave him some help with his thing, and I gave him some max tracks that I had for the van that we're not going to be using anymore. And he said, I want to get you the. Oh, I gave him the Ames Power remote control for his inverter because he has the same one but a little bit less. That one works with his. It didn't work with ours, and he goes, well, I want to buy the one that works with yours. And I'm like, dude, it's like $160. He's like, no, I want to. So he's bringing that over today.
What a guy.
So that was really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, each D lane. There we go. So nope, haven't finished the mosaic shower yet. Brand new life. We love you guys. You guys are so cool.
How's it going?
Honestly, you guys got to go over and subscribe to these guys because he's doing a remarkable job. Roof raise, whole 9 yards. He is a fabricator, I can tell.
Yeah.
So brand new life. Go check them out.
Yeah.
Buses are Faraday cages, so you might be protected from an EMP. You know, I've actually thought about that.
Faraday cage.
Mike, I thought about that. Other buses for sale in our area. Actually, I have Dell's Tire Shop. I would get a hold of him in Benson, Arizona. He had a couple buses parked out back for sale. He was asking like $3,000 for them. So you might check it out. I don't know anything about him, but Dell, D-E-L, Dell's Tire Shop in Benson, Arizona. Total bill cost, we're in the realm of $50,000 now.
Yeah, but between 40 to 50.
We could have done it a lot cheaper. We chose not to based on the standards that we had set for ourselves. We had no intention of being better than anybody or anything like that. It's just what we wanted in our bus.
And because we were doing it just one paycheck at a time, it just added up and added up. A paycheck at a time, one paycheck at a time. It just added up and added up and added up over 2.5 years. So we didn't intend to spend this much on it. It just is how it turned out.
Oh,
I think that we could have done it for a lot less. If anybody is wondering that, honestly, part of me that thinks if I could go back again and do it differently and really like put it to a hard-nosed budget, I think that we could build this bus for a lot less and still be happy with the result.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. If you're wondering, I think you could build it for a lot less than we did.
Big time. Brand New Life wants me to sing. No, Brand New Life. I'm not singing in public.
He will totally sing for you. He's totally like, oh, right now on
this. I think he wants me to just bust out and song.
Acapella, right? Bust it out, babe.
Let's see. Shane Bradley, as a lover of puns, I have recognized the strength in Carrie's pun game.
Oh, no way!
She is punny.
Yes!
She is.
Puns are my life.
They are
actually
her life.
All wordplay from onomatopoeia to you name it.
I have to say, somebody made a negative comment about her puns, saying she was trying too hard, and I gave him the band hammer.
So funny. I'm not offended by anything that anybody says. Funny.
Are we selling the house? We don't own the house. We are stopping renting that house.
Yeah, we get to take back ownership of our rent money.
That's right. Paint scheme, back on the paint. Everybody wants to know about the paint.
Yeah.
We don't know yet.
We started out thinking red.
We're right at the process.
Blue, then we went to green.
Like I just took all the stickers off like yesterday. And
ordered all the sanding pads.
We got all the sanding pads, and it's going to be a big like sanding thing coming up. So
yeah, I think we're going to try to do a sanding party and have a bunch of people come help out.
Yeah. Michael Present, can I just say the bedroom door is epic? Yes, you can, Michael, because it is epic. I love it. And we had no real intention of doing anything fancy with that other than in order to maximize the height of the door and to keep it wide enough to fit the washer and dryer through, if you've been following along. It needed to be rounded at the top so it could be high enough to walk through without hitting your head. If it was square, the radius of the roof would cause the door to be the center of that door to be where you had to duck to get in it. And so we did that. And as we started to do that, I'm like, well, let's just go all out and do something amazing then. And so we did the Dutch piratey Skoolie door.
Yeah, it was all one piece at first, and then at some point you got the crazy idea to saw it in half, and I was like, I don't know.
I know.
And you just went for it, like you.
It's like I could build a door. Let's just build a door. It's going to be medieval.
It was cool. It was very cool.
Mr. T says carries the pun queen.
Oh, thank you.
Tammy Richards said do a musical episode. You know, Tammy, I'll tell you this. It's something. It actually airs back to the episode of Grey's Anatomy they did, which I actually enjoyed. They did that. However, YouTube frowns upon using even doing cover songs. You can get copyright strikes and bad things. And so the only way we could possibly pull this off is to learn some of the songs from where we get our music from. That's Epidemic Sound, which we've got a whole lot. People want us to do a musical episode just of our Epidemic song playlist, which would be really cool. So that's something we might actually
do. So, we love the indie music.
It's been really good. And we do have, since we pay for it, we have access to use it pretty much any way we want to. And we can get it. What's really neat about it is you can get like the whole song, or you can get it without vocals. You can just get the drums. Like you could get it in a number of different ways. So it's kind of cool. My carpenting skills are awesome. Thanks, Joel. I appreciate that. It didn't come naturally. Like we've been doing this 2.5 years now, and that's a lot of learning time. But I would tell you this, when you start doing this, you'll pick up skills and you will pick up confidence that go with those skills.
Yeah.
And that will make you a better builder overall. Like you won't start off, you're like, oh my God, I don't know. But learn it the right way. Like, don't go on there. And when you're about to build a cabinet, look up cabinet building. Don't just do a 2x2 frame. It's a lot harder that way. And for God's sakes, go get a Craig jig thing. That's everything. We must have 3,000 Craig holes in this bus.
Yeah.
But they're amazing. Have you thought to raise the roof in the beginning? We argued about it.
We did?
A little bit. I wanted to raise the roof and I wanted to pull the ceiling initially. But in the end, we said, we're going to pick our battles here. We realized we were going to have the deck. It was going to shield the roof from direct sunlight. So it wasn't going to be that. Raising the roof, we realized we could both walk in the bus without having to duck down.
Right.
As far as storage is concerned, you're missing out on storage and stuff like that. I just installed 51 cabinets and cabinet doors and drawer faces. So that's more storage than I have in my house.
A lot of storage.
I just we're not shorting ourselves very much. So, I mean, if I could have a garage, I don't know. When I say a garage, I'm something big enough for all my tools.
Workshop.
Yeah. But obviously that's not realistic.
Yeah.
So
not on the road.
Narrated an episode in song, no copyright issues.
Every word, every sentence we say is a line out of a song.
Oh,
that would be great.
Wesley loves Oktoberfest, watches our videos. Cut twice and measure once. That's my motto.
Right.
Shane lives 30 miles from the Craig Jig Factory.
Ooh,
Matt Hafner.
Impressive.
Craig has changed my life. It changed my life too. I got 4 of their different jigs and stuff, and I even modified. You see, if you guys are watching the video, you've seen the one that we modified myself. Now you don't have to do that modification. They actually make one that has a foot pedal. I think it's kind of like a brake cable type of arrangement where you step down and it smashes your project so you can drill it. I actually took a 1-inch pneumatic cylinder and did all this pneumatic works.
Built it himself.
Yeah, because they didn't have it at the time, and I saw somebody else had done that. I don't remember who, but it was pretty awesome and it made a big deal. So, and it, oh my God, you can $9 one that just clamps on. Just skip that and go right to the $120 one because you'll thank me later. If you're building a bus, don't waste your time. If you want to finish in your lifetime, get the automatic one because you'll like it. Let's see. Brand new life. Yes, Craig jigs are very handy. Y'all, we love Mike Guyver tools.
That's right.
Tammy Richardson, what is the must-have for a bus build? Craig jig.
Yeah, Craig jig for sure.
If it one tool, Craig jig.
And your driver set.
Driver set.
And what is your metal cutter grinder? You have to have your
Which
metal.
The side cutter?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you have to have angle grinder.
Angle grinder.
You're going to need that. You're going to need the Craig jig.
There's a lot of essential tools.
There are. A track saw. If you don't have to have a table saw makes things a little bit quicker. You can do everything with a track saw that you can do with a table saw.
Yeah,
and we're bringing,
and is infinitely cheaper.
We're bringing our track. No, I don't know about that.
And how much?
Track saw was like $450. Table saw about $450.
How much was your track saw?
About 400 and some odd dollars.
It was.
I told her it was like 100.
No idea how much he spent on all these tools, y'all.
It was pretty expensive, but I used it it was worth it in the end, and it's coming with us. There's so many. I will bring enough tools with me that I could build a bus with the tools that I'm bringing with me, and they're all small enough to bring on the bus. So yeah, I'm sacrificing by giving rid of a lot of my bigger tools. I'll still be able to build a bus with the tools, and that down the line when they have those like big school build parties and stuff like that, we'll be there, and we'll definitely be helping somebody build something because it's fun.
Yeah, it is.
I swear to God, I was like,
not with my old lady glasses.
Let's see. Do you have any advice for others who are still in the planning stages and are going to do this? Yes. The order of the build is the most important thing in the build. And that comprises things like doing things in the order so that you don't cover something that you later have to take apart to add the other things.
Right.
Start writing down logically the order of the build. And I can't give you any advice on that because it's your build, and what you're putting in your build will make up that. So that's the biggest thing. And
there's like really logical things you can do. Like for us, for instance, we used an inline water heater. And so where the location of our kitchen sink is not very far away from our bathroom shower. And the water heater is located in between those two. So like making smart little decisions like that where everything can be close.
Go down to Ace Hardware. We paid $100 for that stupid little thing. It's not a good one. I would sell it to you for $50, but the shipping would cost $50. So
Shane Bradley, tools. So that's where the 50K went. Kerry. Yep. Right. Pretty much.
We'll need an episode that covers the tools you take on the road. Definitely. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
I like that.
That is a good idea. And why? Like what we're keeping and why we're keeping it.
Chef Santa's Culinary Travels. Love when Kerry decorated the tools. So true.
Thank you. That was so hilarious. That was fun. So, okay, we're getting really close to being on here for an hour.
Oh my God, that was so fast.
I know the hour went by really, really quickly, but I'm thinking we probably better just do a couple more questions and button it up.
Yes. Okay. Let's see.
Is there anything else?
Let's see. This is Pradata Severa. If you were to be called upon to save the world with your Skoolie, what would your ideal scenario be? Maybe that wasn't the question.
Save the world with
my Skoolie. We have to drive right into the laser weapon on the alien craft. I'm back.
I think the ideal scenario would be to have an invisible shield around our bus, no matter what. We've got to have an invisible shield.
Yeah. I don't think we'd be able to save the world with our Skoolie.
Okay, yeah.
But she could save the world with her puns, and that would help. Ellie, that's a tough question. We'll have to get back on that one because I don't even know. Yeah. Let's see. If you ever pass the Louis Kentucky, give us a shout. Plenty of room to park. Thanks, Joe. If we get out that way, we'll definitely come visit you guys. We've gotten a lot of offers. People come park on the property, and man, how cool is that? Even Bus Life Possible, Monica's mom, offered us a place to park when we passed through out there in Missouri. So
I think no matter where we go, I'm always going to put it out to our subscribers like, hey, we're going to be here. Do you guys know a good place where we can stay?
Right.
Because you guys have great ideas.
Oh, how long did the door unlock? You talking about the front door? Probably talking about the front door with the lock. Boy, it took about 3 or 4 days. It actually didn't take very long.
The door and the lock
because we just cut the door. We added the piece in the middle and then, welded it back together. It actually wasn't a gigantic task.
Yeah, we did do a whole episode about that.
Yeah, it was pretty hard. Sprinkle Bussy McLove across the country.
Yeah.
That's right. Holly, bro, would you consider building for others We'll help.
Parts.
Not the whole thing.
Probably not from start to finish, but probably
unless you can also offer like
parts.
insurance and like some decent wages. And,
we probably would, but you might not be able to afford us.
Yeah, it's such a huge project. So.
And you would be missing out, honestly. It is really fun to challenge yourself with. I have never done any kind of tile or mosaic work at all before in my whole entire life. So it's really fun to challenge yourself with something you've never done before. You might find out you have skills and talents you didn't even know you had.
Yeah. So, well, guys, if we didn't answer your question, I'm sorry. It would be very difficult to answer a lot of questions, and we tried to answer as many as we could.
Yeah, but we'll do this again. So if we didn't get to it this time, get back on and ask it again next time.
Absolutely. And this was so much fun. Thank you guys for watching us today. It was fun having you guys along.
Yeah.
We read all of your comments, so continue commenting. We're over on, if you guys want like a little sneak preview, go over to Instagram and get on Instagram. Bussy.McBusface is where we live over there. And that's our favorite place for communication if you're going to text us. For whatever reason on YouTube, on Facebook, we have a Facebook Bussy, but it's harder to communicate on there, and I miss the messages, and sometimes they sit there for a month before I even notice that they're there. So,
but Instagram, he's on every day.
Instagram, so. Bussy.McBusface on Instagram. I'm there all the time. So.
And we post pictures of what we're actually working on the day we're doing it, even though the video is not going to come out for another 2 weeks. So it is a nice little sneak preview. Yes, and we will accept your Facebook requests, of course. Yes. So, all right, you guys. Thank you guys for watching. We love all of you. Thank you so much. Mwah. Love you.